goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car. When we kiss, you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss, that thing go ring, ring, ring.
My name is Meesa.
My name is Meah.
Also known as M&M, and you were listening to the #1 teen and young adult radio show in the nation for inspiration, and we are going in. As always, here in the studio, thanks so much for tuning in. Did that song not give you goosebumps? Listen.
Yes.
Nothing but Jalen and Sean, man.
Nothing but Jalen and Sean. But listen, man, we got more great music where that came from. But first things first and next things next.
What?
We got to get into this week's conversation, man. It's all centered around this conversation. Okay, so Jermaine Dupri, and for those of you guys who don't know who Jermaine Dupri is basically a hip-hop trailblazer. He's trailed, even not even just hip-hop, R&B also, because, I mean, he produced songs for the R&B group Escape, for Usher, for Bow Wow, for so many artists, and it's for and also he has a record label called So Def.
Yes.
That based out of here in Atlanta. So
Where the players play.
So you know what I'm saying? So he was interviewed by People magazine, and they asked him his opinion on female rappers today. Who stands out to him in the female rap world today? And he had this to say.
You mentioned other female rappers. Do you have a favorite right now in the rap game?
Cardi B, Nicki,
Females?
Megan Thee Stallion. Stand out to you?
I can't really say.
Not a Cardi B fan?
The reason why I can't say is because I feel like they're all rapping about the same thing, and I don't feel like I don't think they're showing us who's the best rapper. I think they're trying to show, for me, it's like strippers rapping, and I don't, as far as rap goes, I'm not getting who is the best rapper. I'm getting like, okay, you got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. Okay, all right. Who's getting ready who's going to be the rapper?
Something different.
Yeah.
What is the thing that you want to see if you're not like...
Just more, I feel like at some point, somebody's going to have to break out of that mode and just show us, talk about other things, like rap about other things besides that.
Listen, so that's what Jermaine Dupri had to say about today's female rappers. Now, we asked you guys on social media, we want to get your opinions on everything. So we asked, what do you think about Jermaine Dupri's statement on today's female rappers? And listen, due to the sake of time, we're going to read one more of our favorite comments we got over on our Facebook.
On our Facebook, Cornell Wiley, all the way from Chi-Town, says, it has some truth.
All right, well, guys, that's all the comments we're going to read this show. Thank you guys so much for commenting on this week's question. Now, if you still want to go ahead and comment, go ahead and do so. Hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at M&M Live Radio. But, of course, you guys already know you got to get your girls' opinions on the question.
Yeah.
So, Meesa, when you first heard about what Jermaine Dupri said, what were you thinking? How do you feel about his statement?
I kind of have to agree with one of our followers. He has some truth. It has some truth. Like, okay, I will kind of like go back a little bit, especially when Cardi B started hitting and she started popping off and whatnot in the industry. Because Cardi B was once an exotic dancer, and when she popped off in the industry, coming out of her exotic dancing career,
right,
and she was making all those hits, all those bangers, like,
Bodak Yellow and Money, and I Like It.
Oh yeah, so because she had all those bangers, somebody asked her, so how do you know like that you have a real good song? It seems like you aren't just a one-hit wonder. You constantly put out amazing songs that always hit and always chart, top the charts. She says, well, because I was once an exotic dancer, I know what the clubs like to hear. And when Jermaine Dupri said what he said about, always talking about dancing in the clubs and different things like that. Listen, if the strippers like to dance to it, it's gonna pop off. So they do tend to sound relatively the same here and there. Now, don't get me wrong. There's certain rappers that I know they are different. They're definitely trying to go a different route when it comes to their content and what they're actually rapping and singing about. But a vast majority of the artists, they do tend to sound the same.
All female rappers, or like a majority of the ones that are hitting now.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like saying that all female rappers sound like are basically just strippers rapping, I think that's kind of offensive.
Harsh, yeah.
I think that's kind of harsh. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I agree. I feel like a majority of everyone is basically rapping about the same thing as well.
Not only just female, but all rappers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But no, I say that back. Like, I mean, all rappers, but because I feel like now there are a lot of more female rappers being spotlighted than ever before. Because, I mean, let's be real. Before all the female rappers now, like, you know, like Cash Doll, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Cardi B, like, you know, so many other people, it was just Nicki. And don't play and make it seem as if, oh no, there was more. No, it was just her. Because I mean, only pop culture was uplifting her
And recognizing
her.
Yeah.
So now that there's more than ever, it does kind of seem like everyone's talking about the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not the dancing in the club thing. Because, I mean, not all the female rappers that are out now were strippers. But, I mean, they do talk about, like, you know,
having fun in the club.
You know what I'm saying? Like, living their best life. Like, I mean, y'all know. Y'all listen to the songs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, for him to say that, I agree. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some female rappers out there that don't get as much spotlight as Cardi B and City Girls and, like, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, but they do rap about things of substance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill-esque. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like, to be honest, that, what you just said about Lauryn Hill, that's what Jermaine is looking for. He's looking for, you know, the how you gonna win when you ain't right within. He's looking for something like that. He's looking for a Missy. He's looking for MC Light. He's looking for a Queen Latifah. And this isn't really the generation to look for that type of level of artistry. Do you agree with that?
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. Because I feel like there are some people, there are some rappers, some female rappers who rap about different things.
Okay.
Meaning they're not one-sided. They're able to rap about, maybe might have, like, you know, a little club bop here and there, like, you know, a little Ratchet USA, you know, where you can kind of, you know, let your hair down, but at the same time, there's something that has meaning. And I want to talk about this for a second. Now, a lot of female rappers spoke out about what Jermaine Dupri said.
Right.
Meaning Cardi B, she did.
Yeah.
And what I thought was interesting that she said was that she said the reason why she raps about all of her music sounds a majority of the same is because that's what sells. Because she said she did Be Careful, which I love that song. I love that song.
Be Careful was great.
Was a great song on Invasion of Privacy, her album. And she said it didn't do that well. And people didn't want to hear that. They wanted to hear the, you know, the song like Money. And they wanted to hear things like Press. And, like, you know, like the usual things that Cardi B, like, you know, raps about. So she was like, so therefore, she said, I'm going to write what sells. And the thing that kind of made me feel, I mean, I got what she was saying. Because, I mean, in the industry where, like, you know, the industry she's in, it's all about staying at the top.
Yeah.
It's all about not leaving that top spot, which Cardi B is at right now. So, therefore, she's going to do that same thing. But I hate the fact that she thinks of, let me not write what I want to write. Let me write what the people want to write. Because I feel like in that case, you're not really being very genuine and true to yourself as an artist.
But that kind of makes sense because I'm not going to lie to you. When Be Careful With Me, is that right?
Yeah, Be Careful.
Be Careful came out. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I loved it, but I know that a lot of people weren't going to be like, oh, just playing it just because, you know, because it does talk about her, you know,
heartbreak and, like, relationships, like, you know what I'm saying?
And nobody wants to feel heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? But they want to feel the club bop. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it. You got to do whatever feeds your family. If the club bops and if you're rapping about the same thing but over different beats, if that's what gets you your bag, you're gonna do whatever feeds your kid and puts dinner on the table. But I think, is that our fault as listeners?
I was thinking the same thing.
Or is that their fault because they've been feeding us this, you know, lack of substance when it comes to music?
I was thinking, is it their fault for not creating different content? Or is it our fault for not recognizing the different content and uplifting it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody loves, like, you know, us one song, but, you know, then another song comes up and everyone loves the Act Up. Everybody loves, like, you know, Big Ol' Freak. Like, you know, everyone loves those type of songs, but if they were to do something different, would it be the same? Listen, let us know what you guys think on social media. What do you guys think about this whole conversation? Do you agree with Jermaine Dupri? Do you disagree? Let us know on all social media at M&M Live Radio.
Yes, we have a great conversation that we had just wrapped up. And don't forget, it's never too late to join in on the conversation. But listen, we got to get back to some old good music. Here's an oldie but goodie right here. And to all my people out there who knows KB's song, rap it to the fullest. Here is Sideways by KB. Keep it locked right here on M&M Live Radio.